Alright, the crank arm and the knob are fairly straightforward parts, but there are a couple little new features that we can demonstrate with this. So let's go ahead and we'll start on the crank arm. I've already started a file to save it. I'm going to go ahead and draw it on the front view. Just do a center point or a 2-point rectangle that is what, a 1/2 inch by 4 inches, and then we can go ahead and extrude that 1/4 inch. Basic rectangle. Let's go ahead and do a sketch on that front face then. And now here's where there would be a slightly new feature. What I want to do is draw a construction line. So that way I'm going to make sure I get the midpoint. When I get the triangle there, that's my midpoint symbol. And make sure I get the midpoint on both sides. Now, I turned on a construction line. I want to make sure I turn it off. That is the one thing you'll see that now I have that dashed line. That is a construction line. So now let's go ahead and put a couple points on that line. So I'm going to go to Create, Point, and then make sure we're putting points on the line. The only thing you got to make sure you don't get the midpoint, because then you won't be able to dimension it. Okay? And then we can easily dimension that to be 5/16 of an inch, or 0.3125. When I dimension the other side, since that dimension is the same, I don't even have to type the number. I can just click at this one, and it is now tied to that previous dimension. And then, of course, my distance between these two, we figured out to be, what, 1.3. Okay, so we'll go ahead and finish the sketch. Now, the only part about this is we're going to have 3 different holes here. So I'm going to go ahead and drill my first hole. And let's go ahead and drill it on the side on the end. That's where we want a tapped hole, 832, and distance all. So we'll go ahead and drill all the way through. And you'll see now your sketch disappeared. Well, if I just go up to my browser and expand my sketches, I can click the visibility for sketch 2. And then I can now go up and drill my other holes. So I have a 0.21 hole diameter. Let's see, we still want to drill through all. This is a simple hole, and it's 0.21 inches, 210 thousandths for the pin, and then the bolt is a little smaller, or the hole for the clearance hole, a little bit smaller, so we can go, what is it, 0.18. And let's see, distance all. Okay, so then we could just turn off the visibility and go ahead and save it. And let's see, because this is 3D printed, we do want to put chamfers on the edges. So we'll go ahead and I think we can pick 4 faces. And if I select the 4 faces in addition to the circular edges, then we'll be good. Again, we can't put a chamfer on the tapped hole because that'll interfere with the modeling, and there's already basically a chamfer. So that is 0.4 millimeters. And again, you can change your material and your color to whatever color you would like for your trammel.